All good? All right. How is it going, everybody? Back for video number 3. Today, I am going to be drinking a beer I really like. It's called the General Sherman IPA. Quite good, in my opinion. Don't know if you can see it. Do that thing where they get it to focus. I don't know. Again, I'm not a professional here. But I've got the General Sherman IPA here. Whoever commented that I'm balding, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I am. Just a normal thing that most men go through to level with you and be completely honest. And yeah, I don't mind that it's happening. I mean, I do mind. I'd be lying if I didn't. But it is what it is, man. But that's besides the point. Today, I'm gonna be drinking this General Sherman IPA and reviewing it. I would love this beer already, so I already know I'm gonna like it. And I'm going to be reviewing a game called Astro Bot. Now, I don't have the physical version of this game. I quite wish I did. I really do. But the day I bought it digitally because it was like I had gotten off work and it was like 1 or 2. And I couldn't go to a Walmart or anything or a like a GameStop to get it. So I just decided to get it digitally. So let's crack this open. I already started. Quite eager to drink this beer after work. Let's get this cracked open. The last video got like 100 views. I'm not expecting any of them to do as good as that. I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they were bots or whatever. I know that's possible, but yeah. To clarify, this General Sherman IPA is 7.5%, and it's by Tioga Sequoia Brewing. Brewing company here in California. They're pretty good. It is based on the General Sherman tree. Where is it? In the Sequoia National Park, the Tioga Sequoia. Anyways, so could be colder. I got it from the fridge at my local gas station. And sorry, I have something in my teeth. But yeah, I'm glad that you're here to kick it with me if you're watching. Yeah, so the General Sherman IPA is pretty damn good. It tastes very almost citrusy. Very like much like a pine tree. I really do enjoy this one. Anyways, so Astro Bot. It's a game released by PlayStation. It came out this month in September. It is very good. I gotta preface this, and I know that's a very general statement, very good, but it is very good. It's a very solid experience. If you enjoy 3D platformers, this is the game for you. I've really been messing with it. I did complete the game. I want to platinum it because I've heard it's a very easy platinum. But we'll see. I'm not the type to 100% games typically. You feel me? To be honest, I really liked this game. I would even go as far as to call it perfect. I didn't get any bugs, first of all. So it's perfect in that sense. I haven't really heard any bugs either. And it also just is a very fun game. And if it's almost a callback to 3D platformers of old, you know? I really enjoyed this one, man. It's also a celebration of gaming, mainly PlayStation gaming in general. Now, I've seen some idiots, I'm going to call them idiots because, I'm sorry, I shouldn't call someone an idiot for having an opinion. That's the typical internet-brained thing to do. But come on, man. Like, this game is pure fun. How could you not enjoy it? But to preface what I'm talking about, people online are basically saying, oh, it's just a PlayStation ad game. It's like, I could see how you would think that if you haven't actually played the goddamn game. But that's not what it is at all. It's one of the most fun games I've played in a while. Uh, it, it's it's got some beautiful use with the DualShock controller. It's mainly the only game that's really used the DualShock to its fullest capacity, along with the demo game Astro's Playroom that came out on the for the you guys know, if you played the PlayStation, you know what I'm talking about. PlayStation 5, it came with a free game called Astro's Playroom, which was basically like a tech demo. I really enjoyed it. I played it when I first got my PS5 because when I first got my PS5, I got God of War Ragnarok. I got the God of War Ragnarok edition. I didn't jump right on the PS5, not only because of scalpers, because I'm not the type to need the newest tech at all. I'm not that kind of guy, you know. I'm pretty simple. Give me a good book, or you could give me a goddamn Nintendo DS and I'm chilling. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I got a PS5 because God of War Ragnarok looked hype, and I wanted to experience some of the PlayStation library because I didn't own a PS4. I never played God of War 2018, so I got the chance to play through that and Ragnarok. Really enjoyed those games too. Might replay them and maybe do a review here. That would be pretty cool. But back to Astro Bot. The game was so enjoyable. To go through a few highlights, I don't want to do too many spoilers. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll go spoiler free first, or try to the best I can, and then I'll say when I'm going to start going into spoiler territory. So to go spoiler free, the game's got some amazing mechanics. Uh, Basically, Astro Bot controls very simply, almost like a Mario, but even simpler, I would say. You have a jump button, you have a punch button, you can hold the punch button to do a little spin move, and you can hold the jump button to do a little glide thing with a laser that goes under him, and it slices enemies under Astro Bot. But yeah, and you also have a special attack button for when you get power-ups. So there are power-ups in this game, again, like Mario. It's hard to not compare this game to Mario, to be honest. It is very, very Mario-like. It's almost like they created a Mario rival in a way, which, not a bad idea, because we need more 3D platformers that are AAA, in my opinion. We need more AAA games in general that try to break the mold, because as of late we've gotten very safe AAA games, or games that are just too big budget, bro. The gaming market is so over budget with most of the games, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much, too many games with too big of budgets. I mean, look at Ubisoft. They dump money into games, and Star Wars Outlaws failed. Goddamn. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I don't know how well that did, but I didn't buy that shit. I'm not going to play through another Ubisoft slop. Are you kidding me? Fuck Ubisoft. That is a whole other tangent that I could have a whole other video on. Back to Astro Bot. It's beautiful. Like I said, his moveset's really simple. And you get these special items. For example, you know how Mario has power-ups, like, you know, in Mario Galaxy you can get the fire flower or the bee power-up. Mario Galaxy is really good too, by the way. This game is basically Super Mario Galaxy 3, actually. I saw someone I forgot who, sorry for no credit, but someone else made a video about how this game is basically Super Mario Galaxy 3, and I actually couldn't agree more with that. The mechanics are very reminiscent of Mario Galaxy, because you visit different planets the same way you do in Mario Galaxy, and there's also a dope-ass hub world in this game, bro. It's so fun. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the power-ups. So for example of the power-ups, you can get these little frog hands, and you can use them like boxing gloves, and they kind of stretch out, and you can punch enemies with them, and it damages them. And you can also, stick them to certain objects and fling yourself around, which is pretty cool. You get some like monkey hands that you can climb with that are pretty awesome. And I'll only say those two for now. That's not like a big spoiler in my opinion. They're just two power-ups you get, and it's very vague the way I'm saying them. The and they're very fun. The power-ups aren't the only thing though. It's just a combination of multiple things that work together really well in this game to create a game that is so cohesive. I know that word is used a lot when talking about video games, but really it's cohesive. It flows together very well, very satisfyingly. It is a good ass game. I keep saying this. I very thoroughly enjoyed it. And if I had to give it, in my opinion, number scores are dumb. But if I had to give it a number score, I would definitely be nearing a 10 out of 10 on this one because I can't think of a single thing I didn't enjoy. Every level just was spitting new ideas at you every second. Not just new power-ups. It wasn't just the power-ups. There were towards the end of the game you were kind of reusing the power-ups, which is okay. I don't Mario does the same thing. I have no problem with that. You feel me? But the car just drove by. Sorry. I was looking at that. But no, this game was just so good. And I keep saying that, but I just really think this was a game. If you have a PlayStation 5, you should play it. Don't get the PS5 Pro if you want to play this. Get the regular PS5. I would almost say you should buy a PS5 for this game, in my opinion. If you're a 3D platformer fan, buy a PS5 for this game. I know that's what Sony wants you to do, but support this game because we need more games like this in the industry. Really, we do. Support this game. This Team Asobi is really talented. In my opinion, I enjoyed this more than like a Last of Us, honestly, or a God of War was really good. That's the apples and oranges. I'm not gonna compare things that way, but it was good. This game was just, I keep saying that. But good ass game. And what I haven't even explained like the main story of the game. So I'll go over a little story overview for the plot setup. It's real simple. It's nothing complicated. It's basically just you have these little robots that live in the PS5. You feel me? It's kind of goofy. And they are flying it around like a spaceship. And they get attacked by this little alien, this little green alien, which I thought was kind of funny that it was a green alien because it's like kind of hinting that it's like green Xbox, you know? So the main villain of the game is Xbox. It seems like that was the motive. That's what a lot of people, I think, have said, and I kind of agree. I thought it was pretty funny, the comparison. But basically, you're flying through space, and you get hijacked by this little alien from space, and he crashes your PS5 and steals some parts from it, and you got to go to different planets to find the parts. And the planet, this like desert Tatooine planet kind of thing, is where you end up crashing, and it ends up being the hub world. You just go around rebuilding the PS5, you feel me? Real simple plot. It services the gameplay really well. This game is very much just gameplay focused, mostly, with a lot of references. But the references, I'm going to be real with you, are not the main part of the game. That's why I said earlier that people who said that that's the main point of the game clearly haven't played it, because there are like, I think like 4 or 5 levels where it's focused on PlayStation characters. And sure, yeah, you're finding little bots, because you also are, the collectibles are little robots, like other Astro Bots that got lost in these planets, and you have to find them, and they're dressed as PlayStation characters. So there are those. Those aren't a big deal, though. It's just a means to an end to have a collectible and to make them fun. But the levels that have PlayStation characters in them are only 4 or 5 of them, and they're not even the best levels in the goddamn game. There are like, I think, over 80 levels in this game, and 5 of them are PlayStation character based levels, and those aren't even the best ones at all. Like, honestly, those are the most forgettable ones, in my opinion. I didn't care about those that much. I've never played Uncharted. Oh shit, I just spoiled it. Spoiler alert. Oh well, if you gotten this far in the video, you should have known. Sorry. I'm sorry if that was a spoiler. They haven't spoiler alert. I'm going to go into spoilers now cuz it's inevitable and it's too hard to not do spoilers when you're going this deep into a game. They had an Uncharted level, they had a God of War level, and they had a Horizon level. They had an Ape Escape level, which actually I take it back when saying they weren't, like, they were all good, but the Ape Escape level was the one that was like actually like, okay, this is awesome. Like, I've never played Ape Escape, but I've heard it's fun, but I just thought the level itself was fun. And I've seen gameplay of it here and there, but I have a PS2, so I could play it, but I don't have any want to go back to it. Maybe I could emulate it or something, but I don't have that much time on my hands. But yeah, uh the Uncharted one was kind of mid. I mean, it wasn't bad, but compared to the rest of the levels in the game, it was okay. You just shot things with a little gun as Nathan Drake Astro Bot. It was all right. I enjoyed it, but not as much as some of the other levels, man. Some of the bosses in this game are top notch. I'm telling you. There's a boss where you're fighting like a giant ass genie, and he's like throwing shit at you, and it was so cool. There's a giant genie boss fights. Um, you fight him twice actually, and there's a level where you're trying to rescue like make a robot not sad anymore because his arms are chained up, like a big giant robot almost looking like the Iron Giant. There's a level where you fight a boss that's a giant like monkey type shit, and it's so cool because the backdrop is giant New York City and he's like tearing buildings apart and you're sliding across shit. And you obviously fight the alien, spoiler again, but you fight that alien that attacked you as the final boss, and that fight is just so epic. It's the most recent one I played actually before work. I just finished the game, by the way. It's fresh in my mind mostly. I'm a kind of a slower gamer. It's only like a 10-hour game, to be honest. I don't know exactly how long it is. I didn't count, but I didn't check my hour clock either, or memorize that. But it's not a long game by any means. I'm just a slower gamer. It takes me a while to beat games. But this was an enjoyable one. This is definitely my game of the year, and I would say it deserves game of the year, to be honest. Because I mean, it really does. I don't think. I know Black Myth Wukong I heard was pretty okay or good. I didn't play it. I played. What else did I play this year? I played a lot of stuff, but a lot of the stuff I played was older games that came out last year because so much came out last year. I'm playing through Prince of Persia though, Lost Crown, and just, as much as I hate Ubisoft, it's pretty good so far, actually. It's a solid Metroidvania. Only good thing Ubisoft's released in the last fucking goddamn 5 years, you feel me? Where was I at? Sorry, I'm kind of buzzed already. This 7%er is kind of hitting. It's enjoyable. How do you feel about the longer videos, by the way, if you're watching this? I like them. I like just ranting for like an hour or so after work, but I know that people don't tend to enjoy longer videos. But yeah, Astro Bot, back to it. It's such a good game. I really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10, honestly. Fuck it. I mean, I'm not a fucking games journalist, but it's 10 out of 10. And yeah, I don't know, like I don't know what more there is to say about the game. I guess I could keep going through the levels and stuff. The it starts off very simple. At first the game was super easy. Almost I was like, this is almost too easy. But it does ramp up in difficulty, actually. There were levels where I was having to try a couple of times, especially the challenge levels. It's actually not easy all the way through. The difficulty definitely does ramp up, but nothing like to where you're getting frustrated. You always know when it's your fault in the game. when you die, for sure. It is such a good game. I keep saying that, but I had a smile on my face the whole time. I don't cry at games very often, and I didn't cry at this one, but I was damn near in tears of joy by the end of this game because I guess we're already in spoiler territory, but at the end of the game, it does the classic thing where it lets you destroy the credits, and I was so happy during that. I was like, "Oh my god!" And then it was like going through like all the credits, and I really like when they do that because it highlights the people while allowing you to interact with the credits. It's such a good idea, and I wish more games were fun. Like, it's just classic fun. And at the end when you're destroying the credits, you basically you're going through them, and at the end it's like thanking all the people who made the game, and then it says, and most of all, thank you. And that just cemented in my mind that Team Asobi is one of the few, you know, I'm sure all game studios want to make good games, you know, but like it just really set itself apart as a game. It was really special. And I'm glad I played it. I'm glad I experienced it, and you should go buy it too. Everybody should buy this game, in my opinion. I think if you enjoy video games at all, whether PlayStation or not, you don't even gotta, like I said, the PlayStation references do not matter at all. You don't even gotta pay attention to them half the time. They're just little collectibles. The levels themselves are incredibly well structured. I want to see more from this team, and I really hope Sony doesn't do the classic fucking Sony thing of shutting down the studio. Actually, no, that's a classic Microsoft thing. Fuck Microsoft, bro. But I don't know. That's a whole other topic I could go into. I could. But yeah, this game is just on another level. On another level of game design, on in the way that it's structured, just everything. I wish they made games like this some more. I really do, because you know, in my childhood, I remember there used to be a bunch of games like this. There used to be like Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter. They used to have fucking hell, even like like 10 years ago, they used to have way more games like this. Like, and it's sad how corporatized gaming, and not even just gaming, but entertainment in general. It was always corporatized, but it used to be, okay, well, let's make money on this game, but it's still fun. We're still going to focus on it being fun because that's what makes money, is fun. Then they realized, oh no, wait, we can just make money off of selling skins and battle passes. And that became the norm. And now even Sony and the people who make single player games want to pivot towards goddamn live service. And it sucks. And we just need more good old fashioned games. I mean, we have a lot of them. I'm not one of those people that says gaming's dead. Gaming is not dead. Anyone who tells you that doesn't game. Gaming is not dead. There are still amazing games coming out every year. I mean, look at last year. Goddamn, we had hella games. Hella games to play. I didn't get to play them all. I missed out on a lot of them. Oh, I was going to say, I played Dragon's Dogma this year, and that game was ass, bro. Anyways, that we got a lot of games. That's not the issue. The issue is we need to see more smaller budget games that are shorter, because that's what used to come out. Games did not always used to be fucking 60-hour titles, 40, 60-hour titles. It used to be like 10, 15 hours. You paid $60, you had a fun little time, and that was the game. And those worked because it concentrated the fun. Sure, it wasn't as long, but that meant it wasn't as bloated. And that's what Astro Bot is. It's just doesn't stop, and when it ends, you're like, you want more, but at the same time, you're like, if there would have been more, it would have been bloated. Fuck. Dude, this happened the last video too. I'm going to turn back on my car and leave it on for the remainder of this beer. I made a rule that I'll end the video when I finish the beer, you feel me? So I guess consider this the end of the Astro Bot review. I might still talk about it, but I'm just going to go on yap session until I finish the beer. So if you are not, if all you wanted to hear was the Astro Bot review, and me talk about Astro Bot, then you can click off if you want. I'm just gonna yap for the rest of this video and just, you feel me, just have a chat. I had an ass day at work. It was pretty not great, but it's okay. Sometimes we have bad days, you know, and it's important to just push through those. It's not always easy to push yourself to go into work at all, especially when you don't work at somewhere that, you know, none of us, I feel like, are doing what we really want to be doing, which is, you know, our hobbies. But it's important to work, because if we didn't have work, then we wouldn't be able to appreciate this. If I just drank on my ass all day, I would be miserable, bro. So work is important. It's important to be productive. But sometimes being productive is hard. It's hard, but you get through it, you know? I have a faith that every single person that is not only watching this, but every single person out there can overcome their trials and tribulations that are burdening them. You have it in you. Every single one of you. Everyone out there has the ability to overcome the challenges put in front of them, whether it be work, whether it be school, whether it be, you know, finding a job because you can't find one. You know, you can do it. I know you can. And if you think you can't right now, just have trust in yourself. I really think so, and it's important to never give up. Ever. Like Guts from Berserk. That's coming, by the way. I'm a huge Berserk fan, you guys. If you didn't know, which you didn't, I love Berserk so much. Berserk's so fucking cool. I read it this year. I picked up the first manga volume. I don't remember how I stumbled. How did I stumble on Berserk? I've never read manga. I've never been a manga person. Oh, it was because of Elden Ring. I started playing goddamn Elden Ring this year, and I finished it. And fucking I dumped like 150 hours into the game. And I eventually, as every Souls fan eventually does, was like looking in the forums, and then I figured out that Berserk kind of inspired some of the aspects in Souls games. And I was like, well, what is Berserk? And I started watching the anime on, well, I don't know if I can say that, but I started watching the anime, and I really liked the anime, but I stopped watching it on like the third or fourth episode because I was like, I read online that the manga is way better, and so I was like, fuck it. And that was the right decision, by the way. If you are hearing about Berserk from me for the first time somehow, do not watch the anime first. Watch the 90s anime after you read the manga. And I'm not going to tell you how to find the manga, but you can find it. You can find it if you want, hypothetically, for free. If you want it. I would recommend supporting the creator, though, because it's a beautiful series. It has changed my life, and I will be uploading a review of the entire series when I finish it. I've been collecting the paperback volumes slowly, and I've been reading them that way because I do want to support Mira's family, Kentaro Mira, the author. I love Berserk. It has changed my life in the way I think about things in many ways, but mainly the perseverance of the main character, Guts, is astounding. It's just astounding. I've never seen a more compelling main character in any, let alone anime, in any form of medium. His will to be alive is impressive, especially considering what he's been through. And I won't spoil it. I will be making a spoiler review of Berserk, though, for sure. I adore the series. I know this started out as an Astro Bot review, but I didn't want to do that all the way through because I don't know. This is a journal. This is for me. It's not for It's not for you. It's for me, and I'm making this for me because I want to. I want to talk about things I enjoy because I feel like in my daily life I don't get the opportunity to do that as often as I'd like to. Not that my friends or family, mainly my family, I don't really have people I consider friends. I only have family nowadays. It's mainly because they don't always want to hear you yap about things they aren't interested in. You know, sometimes I will, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to like just yap about something that they're not interested in. So I have to find common ground. You know, we got to talk about sports. You got to talk about, TV shows that you both watch and watch stuff that they want to watch. That's what relationships are. It's about finding a compromise because not everyone wants to watch a fucking, not everyone likes Berserk. Not everyone likes 3D platformers. Not everyone likes reading in general. I love reading personally, but not everyone does. And that's a hobby that I hold near and dear to my heart. I've been reading since I was about, well, everyone's been reading since they were kids if went to school at all. But I love reading. And Berserk is one of my favorite books at the moment. I'm also reading through a book called A Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson for the first time. It's very, very good so far. I'm a couple chapters in, very much enjoying it. Rereading through The Lord of the Rings as well. Slowly. Lord of the Rings is, it's not hard to read, but it's definitely a lot of backtracking, and you have to kind of like look through maps and shit. But it's good, and I read through it when I was very, very young, but I don't really remember a lot of it. And I recently watched the movies, and I'm like, you know what? I'll pick up the books again. But yeah, Berserk. Back to it. Um, it's such a good series. Back to how I started after I figured out about it from Elden Ring. I picked up the first deluxe volume at Barnes and Noble, and I read through it. I was immediately captivated. A lot of people say the first few chapters, and I won't spoil anything again at all. I promise. It's not like Astro Bot where but a lot of people say the first, not chapters, the first few volumes of the manga are not great, and I disagree. At least for me, but I love visceral like type shit, like violence. I like gory, over the top violence and edgy shit like that. So I really enjoyed the first 3 volumes of Berserk. It immediately captured me in just the art. Kantara Miura, the artist and writer of the series, is just gifted at painting, at drawing. Some panels of this manga have made me just sit and stare in awe just of how did someone make this? I'm gonna turn off my car now. I don't want to burn too much gas. Hope the light won't turn off. I know it will. But I was just astonished. I was truly astonished about how good this was. It was stellar. And I'm so surprised I got through. I'm on Deluxe Volume 13 right now, which is about, I think, like, I want to say like 30, because there are 42, I think 41 or 42 volumes of the manga. And the deluxe volumes have 3 volumes each in them. So I'm on 13 of deluxe, so that would be like 35 or 30. What would that be? Hold on, let me think about this. I'm not great at math. 38. So I'm up to, well, I'm like a little bit through 13. So I'm probably on about like 36, like volume 36. So I'm almost done with, at least, because in case you didn't know, the author of the series, or the mangaka as they would call it, died, unfortunately, which is very sad because he died before he got to goddamn finish it. which will forever haunt my dreams because we'll never see the ending that he intended, which is so sad. But he died, and they are continuing it. They're going to try to end it, and I'm grateful for that. I'm not ever going to take that for granted, and I hope they do it justice, and I'm sure they will, and I'm grateful that his childhood friend is continuing it, Koji Mori. However, it's a shame. Anyways, but yeah, it's sublime. It's just good. I don't think it's my first manga, and I don't think any manga I'll read after this will live up to it, to be honest. I've heard One Piece is good. I'm sorry, it hasn't captured me yet. I tried to watch the anime. It's really slow, and I've heard that's a major complaint, and it's the only complaint from that series. I've watched through Attack on Titan. Again, never read any manga. I'm more of a book reader myself. But this manga was different than other mangas, and I definitely think that this couldn't be told. Berserk as a story couldn't be told in any other medium other than manga, because the art in this and the storytelling and everything is perfect to me. It is perfect. And anyone who said, I know a lot, because there is concepts in Berserk that I must warn you are not for the faint of heart. There is, I'm going to say the word, there is rape in this series, which, I get the contention about that being, but it's a part of the story. Every time it happens in Berserk, it's a part of the story, and it is essential to the plot. And I can't see most of the times it happens being cut because they're essential plot points. And I'm sorry, if you don't agree with that, that's okay, but maybe Berserk just isn't for you. And that's okay. Sometimes things aren't for other people that are for other people. And I'm not saying it never glorifies it. It always portrays it as awful. So I don't understand the complaint about it being there. I think people just like bitching, really. Because every time it happens, and I won't say when it happens, but I will say it does happen, just to warn you if you are watching this and you haven't read Berserk. You should stray away if you're particularly sensitive towards that. I mean, fucking Game of Thrones has that shit in it, and it's like no one bats an eye, but when fucking manga has it, it's like, duh. Like, bro, people are so dumb, bro. They can't just, everything just has to be either, oh, it sucks, oh, this sucks, or, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. No one can ever just say, it's not for me. Bro, like, I'm even guilty of that because it's the internet, bro. The internet has done that to all of us where we're just like, if I don't like it, no one can type shit. And that's pretty dumb. Like, you should just admit when something isn't made for you. And Berserk is definitely made for people who have struggled through depression and through hard, difficult times, which is most of us. So maybe Berserk is for everyone. I don't know. But in my opinion, it is such a just unique story. I've never personally read a story like Berserk, and I can confidently say that. And it's easily the most unique thing I've read in terms of the art and the drawings. This video about Astro Bot, a cute, lighthearted game, just turned into a video about Berserk. I love that series, man. I really do. And I'm gonna go and actually read it some more when I finish this video here. I'm almost done with this. Almost done with this. When I finish it, I will end the video. I could yap for hours, bro. I could go for another hour if I wanted. If I had another beer here, I would go for another hour and yap to you. But, all good things must come to an end, and you're probably getting bored if you really did make it this far into the video, you feel me? I've been thinking about doing energy drink reviews as well. Not reviews, but like where I sit and drink my energy drink before work. But I'm not sure yet, because the buzz does help me talk for a little longer. I'm not going to lie to you. It does help because it helps my, alcohol in general does help your charisma or whatever. At least so they say. In Fallout, it does. What's your guys' favorite Fallout game? Type in the comments down below. I'm going to be an obnoxious YouTuber. Like and subscribe. Put in the comments down below what your favorite Fallout game is. Personally, I'm going to be a basic bitch. I know everyone in the world says this. New Vegas. Come on, man. If you don't... I love New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas is fire. Quite fire, to be honest with you. I like how in these videos, because I do rewatch these videos, I don't really edit them because I feel like it's more fun to have them raw and uncut. Like, in my opinion, it is more fun. And I don't really give a fuck. I'm making these for fun. But the Fallout New Vegas is really good. I would say that's my favorite Fallout game. Actually, if you are watching this, comment your favorite Fallout game down below. I do want to hear from you guys. I do like... I got 2 comments on each one of my videos. When I saw those, you know how happy that made me? That made me really happy just to have one person comment one thing. I don't even care if they were bots. As long as, like, I don't know, just it made me happy. It made my day better. It definitely did make my day better. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm about done with this beer. I'm going to take the last sip right now. And I'm going to go shower and go to bed. Well, I'm going to read Berserk before that. But I have quite enjoyed this yap session. And I intend to do more of these. I intend to do these for as long as I have the motivation to do these. And I don't care if I get 0 viewers or, like on the last video, I got 100 and something viewers. That was pretty cool. I appreciate all those views, and you got most of those people probably clicked off in the first 5 seconds. I don't know how to check analytics, but they probably did. And you feel me, if you still watched to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. And, you know, I just got to do the ending spiel that I already did. You are valued and appreciated, and you need to always remember that. Thank you so much for watching. There's a little sip in here. I'm going to chug the rest of this. Is there any left? I'm like a fiend, bro. I'm a fiend. Like that one. I think it's a Travis Scott song. Fiend, fiend, fiend. So obnoxious. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.